For the boys in the back, show us who you are the first time so we can make an informed decision.
Gentlemen, listen to what I have to tell you, please. So you don't ever have to feel like you need to explain yourself or you need to prove yourself. Follow these 3 guidelines and you will be safe and secure. No cohabitation. Do not live with them. Do not ever think that you will ever let them live with you or you them. Keep your shit to yourself. They keep theirs to themselves. You meet in the middle and you both go home to your own shit. 2, no marriage. Do not ever let them think that you are going to marry them. Do not ever attempt to even try to marry them. Do not ever even think about or even talk about marriage when you first talk about meeting them and talking about when you were on Date Bumble and Plenty of Fish. Do not talk about it. Do not bring it up. And when they do, walk away. Dump them. Dump them. As soon as they say, oh, what you think about getting married? Dump them. Like, nope, we're done. Done. Go. You gotta go. Dumped. The third and final thing that I'm going to tell you guys, if you're not dating women that are too old for kids, can't have kids anymore, you're dating some ones that are still hot rockets and can get pregnant, you better do your due diligence to not get them pregnant. Do not do this. Somebody has to be doing something so we don't bring more bad energy into the world. Follow those 3 guidelines. They will help you in your fight against feminism. They will help you in your fight against bad relationships and losing your shit. Now, this lady is somewhat right. If you cannot provide these things, which you shouldn't be doing anyway, not at this point, you shouldn't be giving them anything at this point. They have a lot of their own shit to fucking work on. Let them do that first. Please. Thanks.
No, well, the funny thing is, how do you actually, as an adult and as a responsible adult that wants to consider yourself intelligent, how do you know of anything that everyone fails at? Basically, everyone you know growing up fails at relationships.
Yes.
Certainly your friends, because they're your peers. They're the same age as you.
Yeah.
But your parents, your aunts, your uncles, your siblings, most of your friends, your grandparents in some cases. So how do you know of something that everyone fails at, not see that there's something wrong with it, or there's something that you should really dive deep and understand more about?
Yeah.
How do you not see that?
People just don't.
Hollywood fantasy?
Well, I think
Hollywood fantasy has quite a hold on our culture.
It does.
It really does.
Well, I definitely blame it on the Hollywood fantasy, but people think to themselves, well, that's not going to happen to me. Right? Okay, everybody I know has failed relationships, but I'm different and Rachel's different, right?
We got to learn how to be selfless and selfish at the same time. You got to start living life understanding that you need to do everything possible to put yourself in the best position solely so that you can be of better service to others. It's a weird dichotomy, but it's really all about balance. I can't pour from my cup into yours if my cup is bone dry. I can't also pour all of me into your cup if I have very little in mine. You want to live a life of abundance, but not no fairy tale shit. True abundance. You want to have enough love for yourself that it pours into others. You want to have enough money for yourself that it pours into others. You want to have enough confidence that it pours into others. You want to have enough security, enough strength that it inspires and pours into others, but it starts with you. You got to find that shit first. You got to fill your cup up first. That's the only way that you can truly get to be selfish and selfless at the same damn time.
That's why she's single now. Be prepared to die alone. I hope you started your cat collection.
This is true. This is true. It comes from both sides, though. Since we weren't on the side of throwing the first punch, but we always end up throwing the last one before we go to jail. I didn't mean that in the physical sense. I just meant that, somebody has to be the last one to dig that knife in the back, and it's usually us. But we go to jail. Financially, emotionally, mentally, we have been broken down. It goes along the lines of actually wanting to have a decent conversation with y'all before we finally completely gave up. Some of those guys were throwing warning shots across the bow saying, hey man, if y'all don't at least try to come to the table with some valid points to help us out, then we're just going to completely turn our backs on you. And since you were never able to do that, mentally, emotionally, financially, you were never able to give us a good solid answer as to why you do the shit that you do. We've just said, well, we have nothing else to work with. Let's just turn our backs. Since we decided to turn our backs, you ladies have started to get a little bit more shitty, because when we actually stopped paying attention to you, then you started copying us and started going, well, let's just say the women are going their own way. Again, never able to come up with anything other than let's just copy what a man does and then use it to the best of our ability to try to shake the tree. Now that you don't have to worry about having kids and getting married to us anymore, now you can go spend your money at the sperm bank or get it from that gay dude that you are friends with. You can get it that way to achieve your missions. And don't ask guys for anything. Truly don't ask us for anything. I mean, truly don't ask us for anything. Don't even ask your dad to help you fix your car. Don't ask for anything. I mean, to go your own way is to truly go your own way. Let's see how long this lasts. We're not just talking marriage and kids. We're talking the entire thing, sweetheart. Let's see how good you really are. We would really like to know. Yeah. I mean, the last time we asked y'all to do something, you built a bridge with a bunch of women engineers, and the bridge fell down and killed a bunch of people. So I'll just hold my breath on this one. Hi, Mr. Lee here. Listen, I know you're feeling a certain kind of way about this whole abortion thing, and there's really nothing I can do to help you out with that. We kind of felt that way when y'all stole the election from us. So going forward, we're just going to go ahead and stop killing the babies and start building better babies all over again. Because the ones that we have now are kind of fucked up. So we want to start from scratch, build better babies, have better babies, and make better, smarter decisions going forward. Because the ones that y'all are bringing to the table right now are jacked up. And so we want to go ahead and start over. So we're going to go ahead and stop killing them off. I hope you understand that we have to keep going forward. We can't go backwards, sweetheart, like y'all are trying to do to the country right now. But we're not going to let y'all do that. Build a better baby. Hold the line.
She doesn't need you. And you already taught her how to live that way.
So what you're saying here is that a man taught you how to be a woman, a better woman. You didn't get that from a woman. You didn't learn how to be a better woman from a woman. You learned it from a man. So basically what you're saying here is that men are better teachers than women? Or is that what you're saying? Because when you finally get fed up with being not so self-sufficient and you have to learn it from a man, is basically what your video said. That you get tired of not being able to do it, so you learn it from a man, and when we don't need you anymore, I'll go build me a awning on the back of my porch with some 2x4s and some plastic stuff. Yeah. But good job, by the way. It looks good. It's holding the rain down for now. But anyway, you learned it from a man. Good job. You're welcome.
What are all you men looking for?
That is a great question. Unfortunately, I know this is going to go right over your forehead. We're not looking for anything from ladies at this time. Honestly, there is way too much toxicity in your bloodline for y'all to bring any of that chaotic crap to our households. We don't want to be the fathers of your children that aren't ours, because you've already tied your tubes and you can no longer have kids. We don't want to do that. We don't want to bring you into our household knowing that there's a possibility that you could take half to all of our assets that we have built thus far without you being there. Because you have to remember something. We don't need you at this point other than to have kids. You have to have the sperm and the egg together. That's it. Men have been busy building their wealth, their lives back from scratch after a devastating divorce, and they are in no way, shape, or form looking to give that to anybody at this point. Sorry. I don't think that there's ever been any man in the history of mandom, if that's a word, that said that he wants a trophy wife. That's something y'all came up with. I remember when COVID happened. I'm sure you do too. Nobody was looking for you to wear Clairol. We were looking for you to be able to snap chicken necks. If a man had to pick between a trophy wife and an Amish woman at that point, y'all would have lost the game, because we knew where our food would have came from in the middle of a pandemic and there was no money and no resources at the grocery store. We would have to go out and kill the food and harvest. Somebody would have to get in their gut clean and do all that, and a Clairol trophy wife can't do the work. Men just at this point need ladies to go ahead and hit the reset button, have a little bit of accountability for your actions thus far leading up to this point. See, we've been working on our own lives over here. Meanwhile, y'all are still going down the same path that you've been going down, and it's gotten worse for you. We don't want you right now. Go fix your problems first. Do not bring hot garbage to our world. We are done with that. Hold the line, man.